We kick off Mellow TV Sports with football as Jamaica's Reggae Boys will play one less game on their tour of Japan after Thursday's opener was cancelled. The game, which was scheduled for Sapporo, has been called off because Jamaica will not have enough players available. Several English-based players were prevented from boarding their connecting flight in Amsterdam on their way to Japan after they failed to produce a PCR test, which is mandatory for entry into the country. The players had tests done from the mouth and nostrils, but Japan only accepts PCR tests done from the nostrils. Only 10 players are now in Japan, with the players who were refused boarding having to return to England to get the required test and are now due to arrive in Japan tomorrow. Tariq McGee, who had the required test, was also not boarded in Amsterdam and is set to return home. With the first game now scrapped, Jamaica is now scheduled to play Serbia on June 7 and the Japanese under-23 team on the 12th. The Reggae Boys are getting ready for their CONCACAF Gold Cup tournament. Meanwhile, champions Portmore United will open against Malines United when the new Jamaica National Premier League kicks off on June 26. The season will run for 4 months with the final on September 26. Other matchups will see Mount Pleasant going up against Harbourview. Cavalier will face off against Dunby Holding, UA versus Tivoli Gardens, Humble Lion against Arnett Gardens, and Waterhouse tackling Veer United. We go over to track and field news. Double world under-20 champion Brianna Williams last evening lowered the national junior record over 100 meters for the second time in 2 days. Williams stopped the clock at 10:09.8 at the Deauville County Challenge in Jacksonville, Florida. On Sunday, she ran 11.01 seconds at the Great Southwest Classic in New Mexico, shaving just 0.01 of her own record set in 2019. Andre Ewers ran 10.22 seconds over 100 meters, while Senaj J. Givens did 10.26 and Michael Stevens 13.69. Javon Francis did 45.84 seconds in the men's 400 meters, while Christopher Taylor stopped the clock at 45.75. Olympic champion Amar McLeod finished second in the 110-meter hurdles for men in a time of 13.16 seconds, behind the USA's Grant Holloway 13.15. Orlando Bennett 13.56 was 8th overall, with Andrew Riley 13.69 11th overall. In the 100-meter hurdles, Brittany Anderson ran 12.59 and Danielle Williams 12.65 seconds. Rhonda White ran 54.33 and Cheyenne Salmon 54.97 in the women's 400-meter hurdles, while Kemarlo Eldemeyer did 52.39 seconds and Audrey Clark 49.48 in the men's equivalent. On to basketball, the Washington Wizards will ban a fan who ran onto the court and was tackled by security during the team's playoff clash with the Philadelphia 76ers last night. In addition to being banned from the Capital One Arena, the fan could face criminal charges, according to a statement from Monumental Sports and Entertainment, the company that owns the Wizards and the building. It marks the latest in a string of incidents between NBA fans and players since the start of the postseason, and an overall return to full or mostly full capacity in most arenas. Meanwhile, Bradley Beal scored 27 points as the Wizards shaved off elimination with a 122-114 victory over Philadelphia in Game 4 of their first round series. Russell Westbrook made just 3 of 19 shots to finish with 19 points, but he also collected 21 rebounds and dished out 14 assists. It marked Westbrook's 12th career triple-double in the playoffs, snapping a tie with Hall of Famer Jason Kidd for 3rd overall in NBA history. Philadelphia's bid for their first postseason sweep since 1991 was severely hampered after Joel Embiid sustained a sore right knee following an awkward fall on a drive to the basket with under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Wizards will visit Philadelphia for Game 5 tomorrow. Also last night, Donovan Mitchell led the way with 30 points as the Utah Jazz took full control of their first round series against the Grizzlies and moved one game away from the Western Conference semifinals. However, it was veteran point guard Mike Conley who blocked a Ja Morant floater that counted with a three-pointer in a late run that allowed the top-seeded Jazz to hold off the host Grizzlies 120 to 113 in a frantic Game 4. A third straight win gives Utah a 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 series and creates an opportunity for the Jazz to advance to the semifinals with a home win tomorrow. Finally, in the sports news tonight, Serena Williams has offered her support to Naomi Osaka after her withdrawal from the French Open. The 39-year-old American made a winning start to her Roland Garros campaign, defeating Irina Camelia Begu in straight sets before learning of Osaka's withdrawal en route to her press conference. Osaka had refused to take part in press conferences or interviews, and the 23-year-old was threatened with disqualification and a ban from future tournaments if she did not reconsider. The world number 2 pulled out before opening up about her struggles with depression, dating back to her first Grand Slam title in 2018 when talking to the media triggered anxiety. Meanwhile, two-time Grand Slam champion Petra Kvitova has withdrawn from the tournament as well due to an ankle injury sustained during her post-match press requirements after her first-round win on Sunday. And those are the stories making sports news tonight. We now head back to the news desk with Shelley and Hill.